Hi, I'm Ben Wadilla with Popular Mechanics. Today on Saturday Mechanic, I'm going to walk you through the basics of taking care of your car. All right, now we're going to check all the car's vital fluids. Well, most of them are vital, some of them aren't. We're going to start with our power steering fluid. This is basically hydraulics, so you want to check to make sure that we're in between this min and max level here, and looks like we're fine. Now we're going to move over here to our windshield washer fluid. Pop that open and pull a little screen out. Take a look down in there. That one looks good. This one holds a heck of a lot, over a gallon. Check the coolant level here. And you can see here we've got a minimum and a maximum level. It just needs to be within that range. And it is on this car. We also want to check, poke your nose in there. You don't want to see it cloudy or any oil in there. If you see that, you've got bigger problems. But we're fine for this car. Next thing we're going to check is the brake fluid. It's generally somewhere around where your feet are in the car. So pull that off. And this one's going to be hard to see, so I need to lean way over and take a peek. And that one's good. Now, if you have to add brake fluid, make sure that you open a brand new bottle for that. You can't let brake fluid opened sit around for very long. Max that you can have it is about 3 weeks, otherwise it starts to go bad. I'm going to check our oil now. These are some of the hardest to find occasionally. So, like anything in your car, you check the owner's manual to get an idea where it's at. It looks like this is A, a little low, and B, getting kind of dirty. This last oil change was about 7,000 miles ago, so we're due for an oil fill. 7,500 miles is where we're recommended for an oil change with this car, so we'll change the oil on this one, do that one a little bit later. We're going to keep going though up here and check the air filter. To get to that, you need to take this cover off here and pull this snorkel off. Cars are all different, so like I keep saying, check your owner's manual on how to do it. This one you have to do some clips on the side, and these are generally a joy to get to, every last one of them. All right, hopefully we can pull this off now. Sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge. So, we'll pull this filter out. All right. Definitely dirty, time for a new one. We got our new filter, it's time to put it in. So we'll slide this under. Might be a little bit of a fight to get it in, but it shouldn't be that bad. Slides into place like that. Make sure you get it good and seated. You want to have a good seal around the end and the edges. So now we can clip this back in place like that. And like that. These are good and fun to fight sometimes. This back one is really fun. All right, so now is when you would check your cabin air filter if your car has one. This one does not. So we're going to put this intake piece back together, put the cover back on, and move on to checking something else. Since we're up here, we might as well lube some things too. We're going to hit the latch here, but you're also going to want to hit all the hinges on the doors, on the hood, in the trunk. You can really tell in a couple years the cars that don't get lubed up regularly. I like to use white lithium grease. It stays well and it lubes pretty good. So let's get a nice coating on there. All right, next thing we're going to do is check the tire pressure. We're going to use this digital pressure gauge. We found these to be pretty accurate. There's also a stick type. You can use either one. It's just as easy as pressing it on. This tire is right at 35 psi. You're going to want to consult your owner's manual for the proper pressure. Most of the time they're 35 psi. You're also going to want to check the tires when they're dead cold, so you get the proper reading. All right, now we're going to change out the windshield wipers. It's always good to do this about twice a year, especially after winter. Wipers usually end up getting beaten up pretty bad during winter, so it's good to put a fresh set on when spring rolls around. You're only going to really need a screwdriver for this job. And you know, actually these are all a little bit different, so sometimes it'll take a little bit of finagling to figure out. This one, you pop this tab here and pull this out, and then the whole thing sort of comes apart. Just like that. Set that aside, and this old clip is going to get junked. We don't need that anymore. All right, since we've got the old wiper off, we can put the new one on now. And that's pretty easy too. Since it's got this hook, you're going to want to put the hook end in through the wiper, bend this piece down, this little connector, push it through, and then circle back around. And when you hear it click, you're set. Just move on to the other side. All right, that's pretty much it for the first part of this basic maintenance segment. We got everything wrapped up top. For the next segment, we're going to look underneath, and we're also going to change the oil. Don't forget, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. You might get a call from us.